Are you thinking of moving to Spruce Grove? Well, stick around to find out all the reasons why you should. My name is Adrienne Carlton. I'm with eXp Realty, and you are watching YEG Cribs.
Here we go.
If you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
So Spruce Grove is located just 15 minutes west of Edmonton. If you're looking for a community that doesn't have the craziness of a larger city, yet quick access to the city for all the amenities, then this is a great place to live. You're far enough away from the city that you're away from the hustle and the bustle. The traffic is a little bit better in Spruce Grove. You've got more of a small community feel. There's lots of amenities in Spruce Grove, so you're not in a small town, you're still in a city, but it's just not a large city. So for those of you that don't want to be right in the craziness of the city, Spruce Grove is a beautiful option, and it's just a really great place to raise a family. And I can say this because I live there. I've raised my family in the Spruce Grove, Stony Plain area for the last several years, and I just really appreciate having a place where I feel safe and where my kids feel safe, and we have connections and community and know tons of people because it's a smaller area. When you move to the city, you kind of get drowned out a little bit in that. So it's a great place for families, and I highly recommend it. So let's talk a little bit more about the fine details. When you're looking at the location of Spruce Grove, we're positioned on the west side of Edmonton, and it's really conveniently placed between two highways. So if you have to commute to Edmonton, whether you're on the north side of Spruce Grove or the south side, you have a highway to hit, and you just drive straight down to Edmonton, which makes it a really easy commute. And likewise, if you work further west out from Spruce Grove, again, you've got the two highways, 16A or the Yellowhead Highway. You pop on either one of those and you can just drive straight west. Very stress-free, very simple. Another cool thing about Spruce Grove is you're located about 3.5 hours from Jasper, which is in the Rocky Mountains. It's a provincial park. It's one of the best places to vacation. You can leave your house at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock on a Friday, go for a little quick weekend trip with your family to go skiing or go hiking, and then you can be back Sunday night and you've had a nice little vacation. Same with Banff. So Banff is about 4.5 hours from Spruce Grove and the Edmonton area. And again, you've got a wicked vacation spot. There's spas down there, tons of ski hills. And so when you're living in Alberta, in this kind of Edmonton area, you're placed right in between either going to Jasper or Banff. Each of them is about 3.5 hours. So awesome options for outdoor activities with your family. On the west side of Edmonton, where Spruce Grove is located, just within at least a half an hour west of that, you've got some awesome lakes. So there's Wabamun Lake, there's Lac St. Anne Lake, which has Alberta Beach on it. There's some smaller cute lakes like Hubble's Lake or Spring Lake, which is actually where I live. So when you live in Spruce Grove, you've got adventure really just in your back door, from all these lakes and campgrounds to even the Rocky Mountains, only 3.5 hours away. The average sale price in Spruce Grove is $361. The average sale price in Edmonton is $396, so that's about a $30,000 difference. I find whenever I'm looking at homes in Spruce Grove, if I was to look at almost the exact same home in Edmonton, it's always more expensive in Edmonton. So you get more bang for your buck out here in Spruce Grove. There's a good affordability range in Spruce Grove. So if you're looking for a home for around $200,000, you'll be able to find one in West Grove, for example. Or currently right now, there's a home on the market for $950,000 in Spruce Village. So we've got a good range no matter what you're looking for. For those looking to rent, the average rent cost is around $1,700 a month. And Spruce Grove is considered to be the 5th most livable city in Alberta. In Spruce Grove, with the growing population, there's a lot of opportunity for entrepreneurs. If you've got a business you're starting up, business ideas, we've seen tons of friends and family members start businesses and not only thrive, but expand out into the region. So it's a really great place if you want to start a business. There's lots of employment opportunities as well, because not only do you have Spruce Grove to draw from for employment, but there's also Edmonton right just 15 minutes down the road. So a lot of people work in Edmonton and commute back to Spruce Grove. You've got the lower cost of living in Spruce Grove, but tons of job opportunities just half an hour up the road. If even to downtown Edmonton, it only takes about a half an hour to get there. So let's dive into neighborhoods in Spruce Grove. First of all, what you want to kind of know is that Spruce Grove was essentially built around a forest. It used to be called Partissa Park back when I was little. Now it's called the Grove Heritage Park. So in this forest, there's a trail system. It's just really beautiful. And so around that forest is where the neighborhoods developed from. So you've got the older homes from the 70s kind of in the center of the city. And as you go out from there, they continued to build out. So you've got, the pricing going up a little bit. You've got newer homes as you go out. What I love about that inner city, I shouldn't say inner city, but the core of Spruce Grove where the older homes are, is that you've got the mature trees, nice bigger lots because you've got the bungalows and the bi-levels on them. As real estate developed and changed as the years went on, the lots got smaller and the houses got taller. But back in the 70s with all those bungalows, you got the nice big lots. A lot of them in there are backing onto the forest. So there's some nice streets that back right onto the forest. So it's like you're living in the forest or backing onto, beautiful nature or living in the country. If you want something a little newer though, then there's those neighborhoods on the outside skirts of the core, and there's some great neighborhood options. I mean, they've really been purposeful in how they develop the neighborhoods so that there's always parks and proper storm ponds for water drainage, and you've always got a convenience store. So if you've got kids, one of our favorite thing to do when we lived in town was hop on our bikes and go up and get a slushie and then pop by the park on the way home. And so all the neighborhoods are set up nicely like that, where you can kind of have a day out on a Saturday afternoon and do that kind of stuff. So let's talk about schools a little bit. You've got a lot of options from public to Catholic to even a private Christian school. So the high schools, for example, we have the Composite High School, which is the public high school. It's right kind of in the middle of Spruce Grove. On the far west side, we've got St. Peter's, which is the Catholic high school. I used to go to the Catholic high school, and I will say this, that the options that they offer now at the St. Peter's school is way better than what I grew up with. They've got a dance studio in there for an option. I mean, they've got tons of stuff. So you're not going to be shortchanged going to the Catholic school over going to the public school. If you want to be in a private Christian school, there's Living Waters. It's a K-12 school. They wear a uniform. It's a really good school from what I hear. But if you also want a more cost-effective option, there is the Maranatha Christian program, which is set up in Brookwood or Woodhaven. A lot of people don't know about this, but if you want a Christian option for your kids and you don't want to have to pay $4,000 a year for each kid, you can put them in the Maranatha program. It is an awesome program. Anyone that I know that's been involved in it has loved it. So we've got public schools, Catholic schools kind of all over the city. Based on where you live, you'll be zoned for a certain school. And if you don't stick within your zoned school, I believe there is just a fee for busing. So I'm going to have a link below where you'll be able to search the school zones and the neighborhoods and see, which neighborhood is in what zone. And, if you have questions, of course, feel free to reach out to me. It's very easy for me to figure out if you're looking at a certain neighborhood or you want a certain school. I can tell you, oh yeah, okay, so this is the neighborhood that's zoned for that school. So Spruce Grove also has some awesome restaurants. There was a time when I used to have to drive to the city to have a good meal. Now, we can just stay right in Spruce Grove. There's so many good options, from chain restaurants to locally owned and started in Spruce Grove kind of restaurants. So what can you actually do in Spruce Grove? What is there to do for fun? Well, we've got a golf course, we've got a movie theater, we've got a nice big gymnastics facility if your kids want to be in gymnastics. We've got the Tri-Leisure Center, which is an amazing facility. It offers a fitness center, skating rinks, an indoor track that people can go walking on in the winter. It's got a children's center, a pool. The pool is awesome. It has a water slide. Got tons of walking trails if you're someone who just likes to go out for walks. Jubilee Park, which is a great place for any kind of activity. It's got the spray park playground. We've got great events that happen in Spruce Grove year-round, including Canada Day, which has live music and fireworks and food trucks. It's awesome. There's Rib Fest. We went to Rib Fest this year. It was amazing. I mean, I probably ate way too much ribs, but it was worth it. There's show and shines, and there's just, I mean, Spruce Grove purposes to have events all through the year. So there's always something to take your family to. I hope you found this overview helpful. Stay tuned for a few more videos that I'm going to do that will dive deeper into some of these topics. If you are looking to move to Spruce Grove, Stony Plain, that whole kind of Edmonton area on the west, feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy to help you. I've lived in Spruce Grove and Stony Plain and that area for my whole life, so I know it very well, and I absolutely love the community and would just love to fill you in on all the stuff and help you find your perfect home. If you liked the video and found it helpful, be sure to give it a like, share it with a friend. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe so that you can stay up to date. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.